Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Marlis. Today we're going to do coffee in the car. I had a very off routine morning because my son is sick, and I'm sure that as a working mom, you can relate to how stressful mornings are when you wake up and you find out that your child is sick, right? And so we had to sit down, talk through our agendas, talk through our schedules, and rearrange and reorganize who's taking care of what. And so I thought maybe this is a good opportunity to actually do talk about sick children, because that's one of the biggest nightmares. It's one of the biggest stressors as working parents, obviously. And somewhere deep down, we're kind of always hoping it's not going to happen, but then it does. And typically it happens in the worst possible moments, because just, clearly there's never a good moment for your children to be sick. And so, even though it's still stressful and it, requires reorganization and requires a lot of flexibility, to replan your day, there's a couple of lessons that I have learned over the last couple of years. And so lesson number one is that in the past, I actually always expected of myself to be the primary carer when my kids are sick. So I expected of myself to be the one who's staying at home with them. I think that's kind of just the default mode that we go to. So two things I had to learn. First of all is I had to learn to let go, and second of all, trust my husband that he's equally capable of taking care of my kids, and which he absolutely is. Plus, I also had to kind of expect that of him, right? And so back in the days when our kids got sick, and it was way more stressful than it is today because they were toddlers, so that really meant you had to look after them the whole day, right? Today my kids are 6 and 10. I can easily stay at home and do a day of home office and still get my work done. But back in the days, they needed really full-time care. And so I remember we were fighting a lot over whose meeting is more important than somebody else's meeting. And so the way you get around that is by actually having this conversation before your kids are sick, and set up very clear principles of what is going to happen when your kids get sick the next time. And so that kind of resets your expectation, it resets your husband's expectation. And when the situation comes up, now it's very clear that what we do is we go and look at our schedules, we discuss what meeting do you have, what meeting do I have, what meeting can you delegate, what meeting can you postpone, which one is more important, which one is not. But what has changed dramatically is the attitude. So instead of competing against each other, we now actually work with each other, and really the focus is on, making sure our child is taken care of in the first place, instead of us fighting over who's supposed to be staying at home. So if both of you work, if your husband works, I can only encourage you to go and have a conversation around what are our principles when our kids get sick, because it's really going to take out a lot of the stress when that day actually comes up. You have a routine, you know exactly what you need to go and do, and then you just go and do it and rearranges, and that's already stress enough, right? So it's good to have that other part cleared out of the way and deal with the day ahead, basically. All right, you guys, I'm off to work. Have a wonderful day. Bye.